In the name of the Holy Spirit, I pray to Father Brawn. Bless us, O Lord, for these I sin. I'm about to drop in. Father Grind, please give me the strength for me to ollie manual and do a fakey 360 off a half pipe, bitch.
Get the Father Grind video and learn how to shred. We're selling pads, we've got shoes, we got grip tape, we got trucks, riser pads, wheels, bearings, bolts, a skate key. I'm going to teach you how to set up one of these bad boys. The Father Grind Jason Ellis special right here, built by Paul Schmidt. It's out June 2024. FatherGrind.com.
Yeah.
But he's been a great teacher. He took me to Kelly Slater's wave for surfing.
Oh, you went to the wave machine? Whatever.
Yes.
I don't know what they call it.
Yeah. I'm actually
Where's
taking my
that?
kids next week.
There's tons of them, but Kelly Slater's
There's
one
Palos
is
Verdes
the best.
out there. Where's
right.
Kelly's the first
That
one?
is in Lemoore, which is near Fresno.
Oh, okay.
And then
So
there
I was not close.
is one in Texas. There's one in Palm Springs now.
Is it like,
thing.
is the base wave like a 3 foot or like?
Yeah, they got a
4
beginner's
foot?
wave, and then they got a
Yeah.
bigger one
It's-
for better guys.
It's a whole menu. It's whatever you want.
Can you
Yeah.
go like 5, 8 foot
Yeah.
overhead?
Like, kill me.
Yeah.
Just say kill me, and they'll just give you the big wave.
No, it's juicy and smooth.
He's right. It is
Well,
like
because
a,
it's continuous.
There is one that's pretty heavy. They call it the CT3. There's the wave profile, and it actually jacks up in the middle of the wave, so it's the biggest barrel.
Did I ride that?
You did not ride that one.
A reason to go back.
I like you.
There you go. Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk. Hey, everybody that watches the show. We really like you guys. We also noticed that 60% of you that really like the show don't subscribe to the show.
And we're here. We're still going to be here next week.
It's kind of the job. If you
That's
subscribe,
it. Yes. Don't be a lurker. Don't just watch from the shadows. Like, just get in there. And so you're going to get an alert for our next show, which you're probably going to like.
and you can win stuff if
You
you
can win
subscribe.
stuff too. So come
Free
on,
stuff.
We're trying to get to 200K subscribers this summer. Please
Come
like
on.
and subscribe
Synergize with us.
and describe.
I think that's where
Get
we
it.
blew
Get
it.
engaged. What? That's where we blew it.
We said describe, and everyone was like, I don't even know how to do that. It's
Yeah.
because it's not a thing.
Like, subscribe, describe.
Subscribe. Like it. You just use your finger. If you don't have a finger, use your nose. If you don't have a nose, headbutt it.
There. That's your challenge. Headbutt the subscribe button.
Like, don't headbutt stuff. You'll end up talking like me.
Hey, guess what? Dogstar is here.
Hi, guys.
morning. Guys.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Good
Rob,
afternoon.
Brett, Keanu. Thanks for joining us.
Tony,
Yeah.
Jason, how's it going? Thanks for
good.
having us today.
It's good. And this is the new album. I just got it, like, literally just handed to me.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you for that.
yeah.
I was
You're
listening to
welcome.
it yesterday on a streaming service. So I hope you got.
Do you have a CD player in
A
your
little
car,
bit.
or you're at home, or?
Yeah,
Give
in
it
the
back.
form of
Give
a
it back.
PlayStation.
It's like the last one out
You know
there.
what?
Yeah.
I remember listening to Saw music on my PlayStation. It's great.
But
You're
you just
ding,
need
ding, ding.
speakers.
Yeah.
Feel like that's the only
It was great.
disc player that is
Well, if you still
readily
have a
available
DVD
now.
player, you can sneak it into the DVD player.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that is the PS or the Xbox too.
Yeah,
their
yeah, I guess
DVD
so,
player.
yeah.
So
But then you need speakers.
I do have speakers. Yes.
Okay, good.
I actually had a conversation with my oldest son is 31, and we were talking about tapes and videotapes and DVDs, and I was like, did you guys? Well, I can't even remember. Like, did you guys grow up with VHS tapes? And my son's like, yeah. Like, you used to play Dr. Seuss tapes on VHS for me. I was like, that seems like it's too long ago.
Well, so much is changing so fast.
It all
Maybe
changes so
the
fast, yeah.
past seems farther away than
Yep.
it actually
It feels like we just
is.
zoom past DVDs to digital. No, to
I like CDs now. They're coming back. They sound good.
My daughter
They just sound good.
My
That's-
daughter's
yeah.
turns 16 in a couple weeks, and she buys CDs.
Yeah.
Wait, you think CDs sound better? Like
Well,
when
I
people
mean-
used to say the vinyl sounds better
Well,
than...
what happened was, after that there was MP3s, and then now it's okay now because people like Neil Young and all these people and Apple that lost us, and it's gotten good now. But when the streaming first came out, it was like MP3s. The quality was so bad you couldn't hear half the instrumentation. So now it's gotten to the point where it's much better than it was, say, like 5 or 10 years ago.
Then you can upgrade to other things.
Yeah, like lossless.
Tidal and
Exactly.
get higher
Where,
resolutions.
remember Neil Young he was a big stickler about that. It's like the kids aren't hearing the music like it's meant to be heard because it's being compressed and squashed, but they figured it out now. But still, with the CD...
Didn't he record albums and go into a little boat in the middle of a lake and listen to it?
That's what we do. No, it's good. That's a good...
That's us.
No, wait. That's a good idea.
That's what I heard.
No.
His last album...
He's done everything that way,
Right.
listening in every situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Jack White are really audiophiles with that stuff.
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate
remember-
them because he really had that, he has a big effect on, he wants people to hear
Yeah,
the
well,
music.
he's a proper
Yeah.
insane musician, so...
Like we grew up with albums
I
and
respect
analog.
that. I remember Metallica saying that they made Injustice for All to be played on tape. And I was like, "What? How's that work?" And it's like they don't. They knew
Like
that the
reel
audio
to
was
reel?
going to be bad, so they made the album sound good on the worst possible audio recording. I think that they just because their bass player died and they didn't have a good bass player. That was my excuse. That's my reasoning.
Analog, though. That's the way everything was reel to reel.
Right. So is it good? Because I've only heard it on what did you call it?
Streaming.
Streaming services. I've
That
never
makes me
heard
want
it
to
that way.
pee. I feel like every time you say that, I have to pee.
I was on a plane yesterday, so I was on streaming.
Oh, thanks
Yeah.
for taking the time.
Of course.
Appreciate that.
Well, I've been listening to it for a couple of weeks, so I like it. It got one song makes me a bit sad, but I like being sad. But I'm trying to duck that because I'm trying to stay positive in my life. But is it Glimmer?
Yes.
Yeah, that one gets me a little bit.
It gets me, too.
Who wrote that?
Well, Brett wrote all the lyrics to that. Beautiful.
Did you write the lyrics for every song?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
These guys don't have any of the lyric stuff. They just bring you the music.
It just comes together kind of all at once, really.
Did you get divorced or something?
No, it's actually
Did you get divorced?
Are you okay?
it's actually
You want a hug?
The song makes me want to hug you,
I'm
dude,
not
if
the
you
sad
wrote it.
one.
But it's uplifting, though, too, right?
well,
Glimmer.
there's always that little what if, little bit of hope, like So it's actually like a look into the future of what you don't want to have happen. So that's how my point of view was writing that was like, be careful with your relationship or you'll be this guy feeling this.
Yeah.
So
A cautionary tale.
yeah, it comes out like
Yeah,
it
whoops.
already happened, but then she shows up and
Right.
well, she shows up. So there's a little bit of hope there,
Right.
creeping around in the
him.
back.
It's good. I love that song. It gets me, too.
But it
I
wasn't
play it.
as personal as it was. It could be personal if you don't
Lucky you.
take care and cultivate. It means something
It
different
was
to everyone,
personal
apparently.
to him.
Yeah.
That's good, though,
Still
right?
is.
Still is, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys start?
Well, I mean, we met through ice hockey, sort of, in a grocery store in Beechwood Canyon.
Robert and I.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had
Beechwood
I had like a
Canyon.
Detroit Red Wings T-shirt on. I was buying like soap or something, and Keanu came up to me and asked me if I played, and I was like, yeah, I'm in this league twice a week, and so we got together. We played hockey. He's goalies from Toronto, and then he had a house up in Beechwood there, right under the Hollywood sign there, that he was renting, and he had a garage full of musical gear, and we just would go up there and just sort of bang away on things, and then it led to music and.
Who is the most experienced musician? You are?
No, what?
Yeah, you had played live. You had been playing the
Oh,
the
at that
keys.
time?
Yeah, you
I mean,
had
a
been
little bit
playing
in New York. I'd play some parties. I'd be mostly
played in,
keyboard
like,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Had you played live?
No.
So this band was
But
your
I wasn't
first
a
time?
drummer.
Yes.
I had
Right.
no experience on drum. I switched. So I learned drums with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty.
So you can play everything.
No.
Is it gonna be-
now
He plays guitar,
if enough-
harmonica, the keys.
If
Yeah, I was going to
the
say, let it
drums.
go, right? We're all older, but we're all pretty good at what we do. It's okay.
Did you feel like learning drums helped you with all the other instruments later
Absolutely.
on? Yeah, that's what my one of my sons
The
plays drums,
piano
and
helped
that's
me a
what he
lot
felt.
because I realize it is a percussive instrument. You basically, if you look at like Jerry Lee Lewis, he looks like he's playing drums. He's like whacking. So when I switched over, I think I sort of play like I play the piano. I listen. I like to follow Bret's vocal a lot and listen to the guitar mostly instead of sort of leading. Like I have a beat. Everyone play to this beat. I want to be the last in, sort of like conducting and listening, and it helps me a lot. Thinking I'm playing piano, but I'm sitting behind a drum kit,
And then
which is
we
fine, which I
met
like.
in '94.
Yeah, we had another.
I
We had
think.
another. Concoction, and then Bret was friends with our other singer, Greg, and then he came over to help out fix something or an amplifier, and then
To fix the amplifier. And then you became...
And we were kind of searching. All of us. We were looking like we wanted a little oomph, and I remember just looked at him. I was like, "Go get your guitar." Do you live close? He goes, "I live in Burbank." Go, can you go get your guitar? He goes,
But
"Yeah."
what were you
He
doing
came
while fixing
back.
the amplifier? Were you just singing away?
Fixing it. No,
Acapella?
I fixed
Yeah.
the amplifier, I think, pretty quickly, and then
He
we just
came
started
back.
talking.
He came back and
Oh, okay.
plugged in, and it was like mind-boggling good. Like Brett's like the real
player.
deal guitar player, and it was instantly just a huge smile on my face, all of us, and then we had a show like a week later at the Troubadour.
Wait, what?
And
was
he played
fast.
in it.
It was fast. Yeah. I
Yeah,
had
was it
little-
a week or less?
I think it was 2 days.
It was like a few
I think
days.
it was 2 days.
So
Yeah.
what did you play?
I had notes written out all over the stage and little
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know what we played.
We're
Played
not
all
a very
their songs,
complicated
and-
band.
They had songs. They'd already played live before this, though. So.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
it wasn't,
did
it wasn't their
songs.
first gig or anything. It was my first gig with them was 2 days after I met them.
But you
Yeah.
had all their songs down in 2 days.
More or less, yeah.
He is the good one out of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've been in
Yeah.
a couple bands. There's always one, and everybody follows that person.
Brett can play any style.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do new wave, he can do post-punk, he can do punk, he can do classic. I mean, he can play any style of
Yeah,
music.
because the songs do sound like different bands. Like every song is like,
Yeah.
wait,
Good,
what's this?
good.
This is not what the other song was at all. It's like I hear influences, and I'm like, that sounded like, and then it turns into your song. But at the start, I'm like, wait, this is, oh wow. And then the next song, I'm like, that's not the same band.
Right.
Like you got a different sound in not every song, but a lot. It changes a lot.
And then it becomes Dogstar.
It all goes in a funnel.
It
and
all
then
converges.
all
It
comes out.
converges into Dogstar.
I know some of your influences, like Joy Division, Clash, things like that. Definitely my choices too. What about you guys? Like when you're talking about post-punk, new wave.
That's more you guys, I think.
Really?
You have no influences.
Well, I played in I didn't know if we were going in order.
No, I'm just curious. Like any
I
bands
played in a
that-
punk band in San Francisco, but I didn't really enjoy it. So I'm not really a punk.
Wait,
I know,
you're in
but
a-
like influences, like what, like you like
Was it job?
80s.
Wait a
I
minute.
love 80s. I
Wait a
love
minute, you were in a
80s.
punk band
80s.
and you didn't like punk music?
Pretty much, yeah. It was
Or you just didn't like the music you were playing.
That's so punk.
Yeah.
that kind of, you know what? That
That's
sounds
the
like something he would
definition.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
That's
I
the
was-
definition
yeah.
of punk.
No, it was
Yeah.
a weird situation where
Yeah.
I got asked to play in this band that was
People just want you to be in their band,
it was a
don't
pretty
they?
popular band, and,
Yeah.
and I was,
Stick
19
this
years
clothespin in
old
your
and-
face.
Were you
and-
singing?
No, just kind of guitar at that
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually started off playing bass in that band
Okay.
because your bass player passed away from. It was a heavy band.
From
It was-
being punk.
What was
from
the
being,
band?
Yeah.
The Nuns. It was a
Oh,
big
yeah.
San Francisco band.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I replaced the singer who there was a lot of overdoses. It was pretty intense for a 19-year-old kid to
Yeah.
step into that. So
Were they
that's when I said
older?
I didn't enjoy it. It was like I like the music part, but the rest
It
of
was-
it was like
the
holy
dying
shit.
part was tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were older. Yeah, they were
Right.
they were opening for the Sex Pistols at Winterland in 1978. Up
Oh,
there.
okay.
And so I was the young kid that came in to replace.
Oh wow. That's some
and
chops.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I started out in bar bands playing covers. So, like Rob said, that taught me like all kinds of styles, right? From English beat to the Beatles to, Billy Idol. It's just everything that was popular in like 88, 87 on the radio. We were playing that, and then some older stuff. We played fraternity parties, so we had to play all those Isley Brothers Shout, and Animal House songs, and it was, So I had a little bit
Animal
of
House
everything.
songs.
Yeah, it was
That's
like-
a perfect genre description.
Yeah, but then we would play like Enter Sandman after that,
Hell yeah.
Because like the frat guys just went nuts for all that stuff. So
Yeah, they love that.
yeah, so we did, and then I would get thrown out of the fraternities because they thought because I had long hair, And they're like, get out of here, long hair. And they'd throw me out. And I'd be like, but I'm in the band. They're like, shut up. And then I'd wait out in the yard. And then the band, they'd be like, sorry, man. And they'd come get me because they realized I really was in the band.
More than once that
Oh,
happened.
yeah. Probably 4 times. 5 times.
What is up with that?
And now a word from our sponsors. Did you find any subscriptions you forgot about or any you paid for twice and didn't realize it? Jason?
Maybe.
Well,
Look, man, I was going through a dark time, all right?
well, that's why Rocket Money is here to help.
Thanks, Rocket Buddy.
It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills.
I can see all my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something I don't want, I can cancel it with a tap.
They'll even try to get you a refund for the last couple of months of wasted money and negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year. Degrees. It's dollars, Tony. Get off yourself. With over 500 million in canceled subscriptions.
Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/wolf. Do you know how to spell wolf?
What is it? WOLF.
Good job.
Stay in school,
That's
kids.
rocketmoney.com/wolf. Rocketmoney.com/
Yeah, wolf.
not yeah wolf.
I mean wolf.
Wolf.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Outer Known is founded by 11-time world surfing champion Kelly Slater. Do you really need to win that many? Outer Known is committed to protecting the environment and supporting fair labor with every product they make. They are comfortable, fit great, made from quality materials so they last the test of time. I like this shirt, man. It keeps me warm. I'm not really a flannel guy, but I am now thanks to Kelly Slater. It's good quality and it's really comfortable. Like, I feel warm and cozy. One of these I actually gave my cat as a bed because he has no hair and he only likes comfy stuff because he will get itchy. Go to outerknown.com today and enter the code WOLF at checkout and you'll get 25% off your full price order. That's outerknown.com, outerknown.com, and remember to use the code WOLF at checkout for 25% off. Check them out today. outerknown.com, and don't forget promo code WOLF for 25% off. Back to the show. The name of your band when you started, did you guys not really have
A name?
Is it? Well, I didn't want to say that, but
Or
like,
an idea for a name?
why? It's like a joke, right? You were being funny.
Into what, for Dogstar or the earlier
No, not Dogstar.
versions?
That's a good name. The names that you had before.
I know. God, can we not? It's too embarrassing.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like, you know, like some of the stuff that's in our past that's so embarrassing that your mom brings up.
Yeah, I started a band called Tony Hawk's Taint Stick, and I was
Can
on
you
the
buy
radio
that?
with him, and the band got big because of the radio play. And then his manager, which was his sister at the time, calls me and goes, "Hey, the band, Tony Hawk's Taint Stick." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "You know Tony sells things at Kohl's, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she still didn't say anything. I was like, "Oh."
Oh, they're waiting for the penny to drop?
Yeah, and because I'm a bit slow, Keanu. So I was like, "Oh."
And then the
Yeah.
next thing she said was, when can we get the merch in Kohl's for Tony Hawk's Taint Stick?
Yeah. So
was
that's
the
not what she
follow-up.
said. That's not what she said. I was like, "Okay, so it's called Taint Stick now."
Is that, what's a taint stick? Like a popsicle?
Really?
It's a
Taint
taint stick.
Taint Stick. Your
Okay.
taint.
Needs
Okay.
a stick.
Yeah,
Okay.
We're a bunch of
I thought it
dicks,
was like
is what we were trying to say.
It's
to be
like
done.
a little more corrupted Sex Pistols.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Like
not
the
as
Sex
good.
Celibate
The Celibate
Taint Stick.
Rifles.
What would be a song title?
Oh,
Oh,
God,
those-
don't get
Don't
him
do
What would
started.
be a song title?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Keanu. Thanks for asking.
What would be a...
Well, there's one song called Load.
not bad.
Monkeys of War. I don't
That's
want to tell you what
okay.
Load's about.
can imagine.
6 Pounds of Sound.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That'd be a good band name.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
But
Maybe-
wait,
maybe better
why
than
6
Taint
pounds
Stick. Yeah, maybe you
of
could just-
sand?
Because I used to say that my package was 6 pounds, but I don't know when it's soft. So it was 6 pounds soft. And I don't know how much it weighs when it gets hard because it comes off the scale. It was a radio thing.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
You glad you asked that?
Yeah.
Let's go to a clip.
I got a music video. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
And here's a word from Kellogg's.
And Coles.
And Coles, yeah. The people from Coles are on the line right now.
Hence get Tony Hawk's name off the band.
The best tea stick.
Yeah, that's what's
But I
up.
mean, you deal with a lot of music for the game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how old? Like, you've been doing that for like 15, 20,
Coming up on 25 years.
25
This year.
years.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
That's
thank
so
you.
Cool.
And so was music part
It
of
was music was just a huge part of skating, especially in the formative years, 70s and 80s.
favorite band in the beginning? Who would you put on?
Oh, God, here we go.
Favorite band that kind of goes, everything follows is Gang of Four.
Oh, I love them. Great
Yeah.
bass playing there.
So everything kind of
Yeah.
surrounds that. You know, I'd say the Clash is the ultimate
London
favorite.
Calling.
You know, London Calling, yeah.
That's my
all
favorite
that.
record.
So when I got to do a game, I wanted to represent the culture, and mostly I just wanted to have all aspects of that, including music. And so I just was throwing bands that I was listening to growing up, you know, and that they were easy to get because
Right.
it wasn't.
So
know,
can you
wasn't getting
can you
played.
skate without? I mean, obviously with music without, but most of the time, were you listening to music when you were skating?
It was just in the
With
park.
the old-
Like it was in the intercom of the skate parks.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
they were mostly playing K Rock because most of the skate parks
Right.
are up here.
Yeah.
And K Rock was that sound.
great.
You know, and Rodney on the Rock. That was one of
Yeah.
the first album vinyls I ever bought. Was the first Rodney on the Rock.
Tammy Heidi.
Yeah.
Remember Tammy Heidi? Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. I love the
Jed the
rock of the
Fish.
80s. Jed the Fish.
But so
Richard Blade.
that was my contribution to the game in terms of the old school music. And then they had their own pretty robust music department to get newer bands at the time.
Right.
The stuff that people associate with like Goldfinger and Power Man 5000, Fu Manchu and stuff like that.
Right.
I did a Goldfinger video. Was in that. I played Rod Sterling in the Goldfinger.
Really?
Yeah. In the Goldfinger video.
What video?
I don't remember the name. It was really good. Shot by Troy Smith.
And then you guys,
We
were-
worked together on CSI Miami. I actually the skaters show. I
When he
played,
died.
Yeah, I played basically you.
Oh, that's
Wait,
right.
what?
Yeah. I was the
you were the
Jeremy
stunt
Star- I was,
double?
You
I
no,
was-
he
no,
was
the
the
guy
I was the stunt
I was
double
you. I
for
was
him.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
You were my
That's
stunt
right.
double.
Yes, I knew.
Is that
And
where
then-
the rubber skateboard came
C-
from?
Yeah.
CSI Game Over, and then it was Andy Macdonald did all
Yep.
the
Yeah.
stunts, and I played this guy who was not a very nice person. Well, here's the thing: we started doing that show, and it was a great part. It was fun, and I remember I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna model my character after you, you know. And then we had lunch on the lot, and I was like, I can't model my character after Tony because he's so fucking nice.
Yeah.
So I was like, and my guy is an asshole. I mean, he's not the words out of his mouth. He's sort of a dick, you know?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to, I can't be him. So I had this skateboard when I was a kid in high school, and it was this beautiful skateboard, and my roommate's friend stole it. And so I basically modeled my character after this other kid,
Right.
who I remembered the way he talked and the way he moved and stuff. The kid that stole my skateboard in high school.
So you're playing that
So-
guy, and then Tony's skating.
Yeah, and so you were
Yeah.
you were murdered. That was like the wackiest show. Like you were.
Well, it was very hard because it was like, did I get murdered because of the skateboard hit?
Yeah,
Or because of
that's
the,
it.
of the
Oh, they're showing the
electrocution?
clip. Yeah.
And so I stole that skateboard from the set. I still have it because it's
That
made of
is-
foam.
I remember going. on
I had
the
never
ramp.
seen a skateboard that was so that looked so real,
Yeah.
all squishy.
Yeah, we were all excited about it. We were trying to hit each other with it all day.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah,
Boom.
there it is. You're getting whacked on that thing.
Now was that
trying to
your
blame me.
debut,
They're trying to
or
blame me.
You've been. I mean, I know you'd been doing videos, skate
What's that?
video. Was that your like theatrical debut, acting debut, or
Not
you had done some
debut, no.
stuff?
I mean, you might not have
He's
seen
been in a couple of
such
films,
classics
too, yeah,
like
believe
Gleaming
it
the
or not.
Cube.
No, I'm just
or
saying
Police
early
Academy
days.
4.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But I remember the ramp. They built that ramp in the studio, and then I was
Yeah,
going to come
that's
down
a
from the
demo
ramp. I had to come down from the ramp and then slide off and get interviewed by the police because that was the suspect.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Andy, and I was like, "Should I come down that ramp?" And you were like, "No." So I slid down it. I got on top, and you said just slide on your knees, get up, do the scene, pick up the skateboard, and it looks.
Wait, you knee slided down the ramp.
I slid on my knees down and got up and picked and popped up the skateboard and did the scene with the two cops. Yeah.
But that's rare because we have plenty of visitors come to my ramp, and people get up there and they're just like, no, I can't, I don't want to.
Yeah, butt sliding makes people nervous. Let alone knee sliding. That's legit.
But didn't you tell me as well that your character was a guy who invented a video game?
Yeah, this is kind of like what happened.
No, I definitely could see there were some parallels in that episode.
But that was from the writers. I mean, they clearly went.
But did you have the video game by the time you did the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was life imitating art as opposed
to a little bit.
I
read it and I was like,
art
they're really going for it here. Like, but there were some ridiculous aspects to it for sure.
Yeah, it was silly.
And I had never met anyone as much of a dick as you in the video game industry. So
I know that they wrote that guy. He was bad. What they wanted to do was they wanted everyone to think that I was the killer,
right?
When I wasn't,
right?
So that's like the typical writing where they sort of try to mislead out.
Wasn't the whole thing? I kind of have. I don't remember all of it. But wasn't it? It was that you had the game, but you were paying people very little to actually do the stunts.
I wasn't doing my own.
You.
Yeah, I wasn't doing my own stunts.
You wasn't doing your own stunts. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I was one of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, of course not. I don't want to do. Why would I do my own stunts? Why would I get hurt? Yeah, he was a complete.
Why did the girl kill you?
Because he was making me work so much. She thought I was cheating on her.
Yeah.
And she killed you for it.
Well, because there was some mistake with, I can't remember, some flower delivery or something, and I was like, I'm here all the time. Like all I do is work. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, right. Who's this? I'm like, I'm telling you. She's like, oh God. And she says something like that. It was definitely a dig to me. It was like, 40-year-old skateboarder. Like, what is wrong with you? Get a job.
Wow.
40-year-old skateboarder.
Man, if I had a dime for every time I heard that.
Andy, he came to. He was great. He came to see another band I was in at the Roxy. He was great. He goes, I want to see you play. I was doing some music then, and
Andy is
in the Olympics.
Andy is right now on his way home from Shanghai because he's in the Olympic qualifier. He's trying to qualify the Olympic team.
50.
He's getting close. Too.
He showed me a video of him jumping over. It was like Evel Knievel. I was like,
he still rips.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what he was doing, but I was.
He's a real skateboarder.
I knew I recognized your face when we walked in. Now,
yeah, it was fun. That was a good time.
I was you.
That was a good time, and you were so kind that I was nervous because I was nervous, but you were so kind to me.
I was just stoked to be on the show. You kidding me? You guys could have said whatever.
It was fun.
Is this the second or third Olympics for skateboarding?
Second. Tokyo was first.
Right.
And then this one is a little more organized.
Yeah.
A little less COVID-y.
Oh, sure. Right.
Yeah.
I got to go to Tokyo, and very few people got to go.
Right.
Even the skaters' families couldn't be there. It was a weird time.
Oh, because of right.
Yeah, because COVID. Yeah.
It's kind of half the cool thing about being in the Olympics is having your friends and family see you in the Olympics.
We just got back from Japan. We were just there playing.
Touring?
Yeah, we did four shows there. Yeah.
What kind of venues?
Big
Halls,
black halls, big black boxes, with really nice people in them. Yeah.
Yeah, we love Japan. Japan was, I think it's our 5th time we were there over the years.
Do you like being on the road?
I think I can't speak for these guys. I do, and I know they do too. We seem to really love it.
It's fun in a sense that you don't have to think about your daily schedule at all. You just wake up and there's somebody leading you by the hand to do and handing you food, and and then you get home and you're like, I do all this shit for myself now. Like you get used to it. Yeah. So in that sense, it's totally relaxing.
What is the best thing about it, and what is the worst thing about it? Because there's got to be something bad about it.
Just that sometimes maybe tough to get sleep, on the bumpy bus or something. But
We can't sleep.
we can't sleep.
The bumpy bus, that's the worst thing.
It's impossible to sleep.
I can't sleep.
Not missing your loved ones at home. That one doesn't qualify.
No, we
it's-
can't sleep.
I miss my dog.
The rumbling of the
The road's
tires.
so
Yes.
bumpy.
These big, expensive buses, you have no idea how uncomfortable they
It's
can
like
be.
this. It's like this.
Oh, my back.
It's awful.
I can't
It can
sleep.
really be torture.
It's terrible.
Sometimes a microwave
You guys
doesn't
should
work.
change your name.
You
Princess
guys
and the
have
Pea.
survived this grueling.
It's so grueling on
It's
the
so
nice
you can't get a good night's
There's
sleep.
nothing bad about being on the road,
For the record, we started in a van. Okay.
Yeah.
We worked our way up to the bus that was uncomfortable.
I think playing the shows is the best.
Yeah.
The people,
Playing-
meeting the people.
Playing the
and
shows and
Sometimes people bring their kids and they say, this is their kid's first concert. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
God. Like, better not
And the
suck
kid's
tonight,
yours.
like, it's, I saw you in 99.
last tour.
I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's
it
just
does.
you three on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah, classic rock trio.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, it's like being a gypsy. You sort of go to. I love. Yeah, it's fun.
But you
traveling.
don't really know anything about being on the road.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Or vans.
Or vans.
Yeah, right.
But the
Yeah.
difference between
Yeah,
us on
lots
the
of
road and
bands.
you're on the road is like you're dealing with injuries. Like we don't get injured.
Yeah,
like
that
you
does.
guys.
Yeah, or
you
sometimes we're
guys,
not dealing with injuries and we just keep going.
Yeah, we don't have.
Just
we,
keep
we
going.
don't
Yeah.
have concussions and stuff.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
those suck.
yeah, or like you guys deal with like athletes, or you deal with injuries. So that's the one thing that we're not dealing with.
I just realized you
yeah.
guys brought up the bus and you making fun of it, but our tours were in minivans and cars, and then Tony Hawk, because of how big Tony Hawk is, we did tours in a bus, and it still might be the greatest experience of my life because
Your
we weren't in a
camaraderie.
jank bus, we were in a rock star bus, one of the
it's
buses
a-
had
Yeah,
a
we
button.
went on a tour with beds and yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
a-
you press the button and the door went psh.
Yeah.
And you press it, psh, like I was there for like
Star
20
Trek.
minutes going, psh, psh. Check this out, you guys. The door it opens with a button.
I love that button.
It was so freaking cool.
Never leave the bus.
One of my favorite memories from that tour when we finally did get a bus and everyone was so excited. And we had been on the road for maybe a couple weeks, but we had some rotating skaters coming in and out, including Andy. So when Andy came, do you remember this?
Yeah, the back of the bus.
Yeah, so
I
when
ran
Andy
it.
came, he's on the bus and it's just music and everyone's part. We have a blackjack table, and Andy gets on the bus and he's making a phone call and he's like, "Hey, can you guys keep it down? Can you turn on the music?" And everyone's like,
Yeah, wrong thing.
"What?"
Yeah.
Music goes up,
Turn it up.
double volume, and it was just such a sign. It was like the perfect little
It's full
encapsulation of
Lord of
what.
the Flies, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's
Yeah,
like,
the coolest
Yeah, but it
thing-
was just the perfect moment. It was like, oh, this is how it.
Works.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
You can't be an adult on this bus.
no, there was like a guy that said, "Don't, whatever you guys do, don't touch my pillow."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First day, the pillow's
It's going down
It's
my pants.
gone, you know?
immediately.
You have to clean your taint stick.
Tony Hawk's
So cool.
You learn really quick, just,
Yeah, on that bus, because I was lucky to be
We've
on
had some
all the
hijinks
tours.
on the bus,
There
yeah.
were people that were way better than me, that were higher ranked in the caliber of skateboarding. But because I was in the back of the bus, and it was more of the back of the bus was for the party guys.
The cool kids.
Yeah, thank you. And I had it locked down. I was cool. I wasn't the best skateboarder, but I was cool. And the new guys that would come into the bus would come into the back of the bus, and I'd be like, "Hey, this is the back of the bus. You're down there." And some of them are like, I'm Steve Caballero. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm aware of who you are, but this is the back of the bus. We have a song about it, and this is the back
They
of the bus
did
is
have
what
a
it's
song
for."
about
Yeah, because the back of the bus we made music because we were having a good time, and that's what you do when you have a lot of time on your hands and you think you're cool. You make a band. What was the band called? We recorded songs. It was real bad. But they were funny.
Those buses have personalities, though.
Yeah.
Like and they have stories. Like each one, like when you're on a certain bus. Once we
and then
had,
there's the driver.
yeah, exactly.
Talk about
Yeah,
personality.
right.
Yeah.
Characters.
Then there's the
right.
driver. Oh man, and it's their bus too. Most of the time, and it's like it's a thing. It's like you're basically in their home.
Yep.
And so we've had some wild drivers and bus.
Befriending them is key.
I remember once we're going to Canada and the bus had to pull over. The driver's like, "I gotta hide my gun." I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Going across the border.
So he hit it like in the engine block or something.
He
or-
could hang out in the back of the bus for sure.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, we had some crazy stuff going on, and bus drivers that were just
We had,
missing.
we had a bus driver beat up a crew member. We've had to switch
We
bus
wanna-
drivers in the middle of tours because
Yeah,
one guy
remember-
got arrested.
Yeah,
and
one guy
it's-
got arrested.
What?
Got busted for like a drug deal, and it was
Yeah.
like, wait, we came
While
out.
he was
Yeah,
while driving?
we came out to go to sound check, and the bus was still there, and the crew was still sitting there, and we're like, "What are you
And
guys
where's the
doing
driver?
here?"
He's like in jail.
Driver never showed up.
He's in jail. So the owner of the bus company had to fly out and do the rest of the tour with us. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
That's legit rock
No,
and
we
roll
got the
tour.
concierge. We got the guy that worked at the hotel, had a class whatever.
Oh, and
4
he
license,
drove the bus. Yeah,
the bellhop, and he's like, "I can drive that," and we're
Yeah.
like, "Get in there."
It was like a
Take
10-minute
it
drive.
over to the club.
Do what
So he
it
saved us.
do to take to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw that
amazing.
when you made, I was listening to another podcast that somebody had you guys on, and you were talking about how long it took to make your album. Not very long, is what I was. Is this
like
album
4
or
or
the
5 weeks, something like that.
that is that? That's not
You talking
very
about the
long.
recording of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
And now
right?
you know, because
Yeah.
I've been in a few bands, and the more I play the songs, because I've been in a hurry too, where we were just playing it for radio. So I had a radio show, and I made a band to make fun of other bands. It wasn't really a plan, and then we started playing. We started getting gigs. We got a record deal, and it was like a joke to us.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, I'll take the record deal." And they're like, "Do you want to play the Roxy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." But then we started playing a lot, and I was like, "Wow, this song." I like doing it this way because now I've done it several times instead of when I recorded it once. So I made it better to me. Like I changed things a little bit.
Yeah.
If you did 5 weeks and then you're on the road traveling the world, do you play the songs the same or do you play them differently?
Pretty much the same.
You haven't got
Because
like
before we got in the studio, we spent a lot of weeks, months, ironing them out, writing
Okay.
them, sitting with the producer, saying, "Make that twice as long. Take that part out. You know, this song's crap. That this song's good." Like,
Yeah.
So by the time we got in a recording studio, we were pretty much like locked on the order and.
But we will play them. We do have like, there's the studio version and then the live version, so it might have a little more BPM to it, and
what's
push
that
it.
word? What does
Beats
that mean?
per minute.
Just we might play it a little faster.
Oh, okay.
Like, just
That's,
try.
on.
that's industry lingo.
really-
You learned that in the back of the bus.
What? No, I don't know. What can I be honest? I'm sorry.
I was actually
Jan Riffy,
In his
bro,
defense,
sorry.
he would never listen to electronic
that
music.
was my
so-
bad. I didn't need to fucking spit out BPM. Like,
Well,
what the
that was a
fuck?
flex. Keanu.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's just
Ooh,
like, you know,
technical jargon.
parlance, musician parlance, BPM. Fucking asshole.
Watch out! If I don't watch out, he'll start saying
I was a
wood shedding, and he'll start
fucking
bringing
asshole.
all these terms
Wood
out.
shedding.
Just a skateboarder trying to hang with the band.
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm
guys.
just a fucking
Get to
guy
the back
trying
of the
hang
bus,
with the
man.
skate.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They're cool guys for the fucking.
Yeah, but
What kind of skating is contemporary skating right now? What's leading the path with like street or
It's
vert?
street. Yeah. I
Is-
mean, there.
is
Hey,
street coming back?
Vert is kind of on the rise again.
Because vert was going, no pun intended, down, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can
in
say
terms
it.
of
And then-
participation.
yeah.
The level
Super
keeps
cool.
growing, but now there are way more participants. In fact, there's a big event that we're putting on in Salt Lake City in a couple weeks. That's the X Games qualifier, and then the X Games the vert contest last year was like the highlight. So
Right.
that's on the rise. But street skating is just through and through. It's everywhere, and it's
you
very
see it in
prevalent.
Silver Lake in my neighborhood all the time.
Yeah.
People
It's so much
are
harder
everywhere.
to be a vert skater. Like when you start, the payoff takes way longer, and you wear pads, and pads are not cool looking. So it's
Yeah,
it's
they
hard.
Well,
are.
and you got to find
You're
the
like fucking
locations.
geared up, man. You got the things and the thing and the thing, and
that's
you're
what I
fucking.
think.
You're like fucking. I'm a warrior.
Yes!
I'm like I got my fucking armor on.
That's what I think.
And I'm gonna go
Yeah.
for it.
Yes,
I
Some
think it's.
fucking-
I
Can I,
think
can
it's.
I just use that quote right there to submit to the Olympics and tell them why
Yeah.
vert should be in the Olympics?
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Listen
yeah.
to Keanu Reeves. This is what he says.
Well, just look at what they do in the fucking Winter Olympics. All of the fucking vert
The
shit they're
snowboard.
doing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the big
The snowboard.
fucking.
Well, and halfpipe is such a
Halfpipe.
staple event of the Winter
Yeah.
Games. That's my argument too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm just saying that street skating is just more available, more
Sure.
prevalent.
Sure.
But skating is everywhere now.
Yeah.
Give us a good industry term that we won't know about skating, like BPM. What would hit him back? What would you give us? What's your
Oh, well, for us in our generation, chicken neck.
Yeah.
Right. Chicken neck.
Yeah,
Sounds-
Keanu, you've done
Chicken
that.
neck is
You don't know
just
it, but
the
you've
worst
done it.
whiplash.
What is
Oh,
it?
No, it's
shit.
you
Chicken neck is
shoot
when you-
out and your neck goes way back. and
If
then,
you stop your
Yeah.
head from hitting the ground, it's
Yeah.
like a natural reflex. It's you're trying to save your own life. But when you do it and you stop your head from hitting, there's some crazy pulling of muscles in your neck and stomach that leaves this amazing pain for
Oh my God.
long periods of time. And then when you're in your 50s and you chicken neck, wow. It is
Yeah.
a sensation
it's
that
shocking.
yeah, it stays with you forever.
yes, yeah.
How
Like,
long does
Tony
that
and I-
pain last? Like hour,
Tony
an
and I
hour,
both-
or-
if
Yeah,
we're
I'm,
look-
I'm going on 20 years here.
I was gonna say, if you're behind us and you say, "Hey, Tony or Jason," we both go like this,
Yeah.
because
Oh.
we are permanently chicken necked.
Oh my
Because if
God.
I go like that, I'm like, "Ow."
Oh God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I went to Colombia back in February for that exact
Stem
reason.
cells.
And got stem cells, and I have almost 20 degrees more range of motion in every direction.
Yeah, told you.
Like I'm not. I didn't go. I went with complete hesitation. You know
Yep.
what I mean? But he definitely was like, "You got to go." It helped me so much.
been
I
twice.
went, and
You
I
did the
just got
Colombia
those
version?
numbers
Yeah.
last week.
Why
Because they have the
Colombia?
umbilical cord.
Stem
which
cells.
They
can't
have
get it
because
here.
the government is a
golden
different
cells.
system of
Yeah.
allowance of
Yeah. Mhm.
of research there
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
less regulation and
Yeah,
It's exactly that. When I first got them, I got them in Texas, and they took them out of my spine, and then they spin on the platelets, and they get the stem cells out of your own body. But if you go to Colombia, you get it out of an umbilical cord. So, like, instead of getting like 100,000 injected into me, I got 20 million injected into me. And I had it in. So I'm a pro fighter as well. My knees were gone, my ankles are gone, my shoulders, and I got injected with all of it. And I couldn't kneel. Like, I could kneel with knee pads on, but with no knee pads, kneeling on the ground just wasn't an option for me since I've been like maybe 35. And then when I got into fighting, it was like, you got to do sprints on the beach. And I was like, I can't run. Like, I'm a pro skateboarder. I can't run.
Oh yeah, so go fight. You don't need to run when you fight.
Yeah,
You just
stand in the
stand
middle.
still.
Come get me. You know?
fighting on the
and
beach.
he's not running away.
And he's not
They
running.
should,
No,
have,
I
they
don't
should
run.
have beach fighting.
Yeah, I would
You
not.
should start beach fighting
They have that in Brazil.
I'd be like, nah, man, you win.
in Rio.
Brazil, they have sand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Put a cap on that. My oldest son went with me because he's been plagued with ankle problems from skating. He's a pro skater too.
Yeah.
He's 31, and he couldn't run. Like, he just can't run. His ankles hurt too much. 2 weeks ago, he ran a triathlon.
Yep.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah, I
it
can-
works, and I'm not, and whatever. We're not like paid pitchmen or anything. It
No.
just
No.
works.
Yeah, I can run. I'm 52, and I can run better than I could when I was 35.
You should go to Congress and say, "Look, man, get this. Get the."
I heard they're doing it. I heard they're
release
changing it.
Let's try to get advancements here and stuff.
It's
I don't know
because
what
they
they're
want you
afraid
to-
of. They're afraid of. Well, there's. I know.
They
what it
want you to
is.
get the
There's
surgery,
business.
and they want you to take the pain pills. That's
Well,
what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels of things
Yeah.
that are happening, like regulation. There's business. There's this. There's politics. There's this.
I've
there's
had knee
morality.
replacements.
There's the
They do.
But
they don't-
our approvals for that kind of stuff has been notoriously slow
yeah.
over the
It's
But
the
you can say it can
lifetime.
save lives though, not just
Yeah,
like
okay,
injuries.
yeah.
It's like literally lives.
I mean, to
people's lives.
us,
Yeah.
doing sport, like being a skateboarder and moving around, that is my life. Like, if you take that away from me, I feel like I'm dead.
You
And
guys
when
tried acupuncture just for
Yeah, oh, yeah.
just for
I've done
it's not-
everything.
Not as
They're like,
What do you
yeah,
That's helped me out a lot.
Keep going. Yeah, all the
anybody
things.
that says
Acupuncture,
anything, I go,
cryo-
okay, where is it? Give me the
cryo-
number.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
go and I get it and I go, okay,
Sushi
maybe.
and acupuncture.
Yeah,
That's two
but-
of the best things.
Yeah, but we don't sleep so well on the bus.
That's
so
true.
there's that.
Look at us.
I mean,
Look
You
at us.
should go. You guys should go to Colombia,
Yeah.
and that could
Can
be
they
your
do
Is it
stem
Columbia Sleep
cell
Clinic?
sleeping clinic?
What
Bus
is your
stem cell?
ailment? I have
No,
trouble
okay.
sleeping
On the bus.
On the bus.
Go to Columbia
got
and
a
get better
gig to do.
mattresses.
oh, you guys should see a specialist.
Yeah, I need to
Maybe
see
you could
it.
get hyperbaric chambers installed in
Oh,
the
Michael
bus.
Jackson style. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a bad
Well, we all
idea.
have sleep apnea, so that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they're just chambers on the bus. But, yeah, the
that's
first.
awesome.
I remember the first tour we had with the bus, and I got in the bunk, which I loved the bunk. It's like a little, and I looked up, and all these little like cute little glow in the dark,
Yeah.
like stars and everything, and then
Little
Donnie,
fold-down
our guy's
TV.
like, that's Gwen's bunk, Gwen Stefani's bunk. You have her bunk, and I had her bunk, and she decorated the whole ceiling.
Oh,
so
wow.
when the lights go out, it was like a whole galaxy. And so it's like I was like, oh, That I slept well. I slept well on that tour.
I would sleep
Gwen
well on
Stefani. Thank you, Gwen, for
It's that
making.
feminine energy. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want
Yeah,
that?
so that was a good.
I thought you were
scene.
going to tell me you planted something or put
Oh
a new
no,
decoration.
guys, they pranked me a few times.
There were
Bunk.
some
You
things we
open the
thought
bunk and it's like, oh, hustler everywhere. Thank you.
Oh, was it
I had
Hustler,
that.
or was it?
It was one of those.
I don't remember them being women.
Women, man, who cares?
okay.
So Keanu,
Prank's a prank.
I have this strange memory, and you have to verify this or not, but we did the Long Beach Grand Prix,
Yes.
and you were starting on the pro line.
Oh, right. You're right. There was a second time. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd already won, I think,
Yeah,
one
I
year?
won. Yeah, once before.
So I
yeah.
came along, I'm like the newbie, amateur, whatever, and
Yeah.
we're all up near Palmdale trying to learn how to drive, and at some point, I had a Jeep back then. You, Christian Slater, Adrian Brody,
Oh, yeah.
and Adam Carolla
Yes.
all jumped in my Jeep, and we went and got barbecue.
Oh, fun.
It was just such a strange moment. Like, they're like, "Where are you guys going? We're gonna get barbecue." "Oh, I want to come. I want to come." I'm like, "Okay, yeah. There's squeeze in, I guess. Here we
Yeah.
go." And then we pulled up to this barbecue place in Palmdale, and they're like, "Hello,
We're like,
people
what do you
that
recommend?
we recognize."
We have meth and barbecue. Welcome to Palmdale.
It was fun.
I think
That's a
barbecue
funny-
brings people together.
It does.
you
So
know,
does racing.
right?
So does racing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do all
Yeah.
of these things.
We had a tour of Japan one time where, after 7 days of sushi, you're like, all right, I like sushi, but I want something, maybe, something else. And I found out there was a Tony Roma's rib joint in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And so I started calling people, and everyone's, you're going to get ribs in Tokyo? Like, lame,
It was good,
And I'm like,
wasn't
well,
it?
I'm going to go. Oh, well, it was good. But then by the time I got there, it was like, well, I'll go. Yeah, could you make the reservation for 8, 9, 10?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
pretty soon everyone's going. So it's like, ribs are good. Ribs bring people together. They make
They do,
people happy.
yeah.
And so it was fun. But that's what that reminded me of. It.
We went on one tour in Japan where the distributor kept taking us to Denny's.
What the hell?
And Denny's is so nasty in Japan. Like, I'm not. I ate Denny's all the time as a kid. Grand Slam breakfast. all day.
Denny's in Japan.
But at some point, we're like, why do we keep going to Denny's?
It's American?
You guys want American food, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they do.
no. And this isn't American food.
Doesn't this feel like home, Tony?
I want Wagyu beef.
No, we want Tony Roma's. No.
Yeah.
Do you still race cars?
No. I didn't. It was cool to do that event because you got to get some training and
But you
got
were
to
quick.
do a race.
Quicker than Tony.
I was okay. I don't know.
He was good.
I was okay, but
So you're not like a rev head, so
no,
to speak.
I don't know. I've had a chance to do some driving in the. I actually came last, I think, in the pro race.
Right, but those guys,
Huh? I came fifth.
man,
Fifth place.
there's a big gap.
Yeah, but not with the pros and everybody.
What is that
I think
car?
I
It's
was.
like a
Yeah, I did it twice, and so the first time I was in third, but then people in front crashed, and so I came in first.
Take it.
Yeah, hey, whatever.
That's a
yeah.
win. I wouldn't even mention
Yeah,
that bit. I would have
yeah.
said I won.
Yeah, but I know you got to finish to,
Yeah.
whatever. But then the second time I raced as a pro, and I came in last or fifth, whatever.
Look, I got into motorsports, and I got into it because they were like, "You're a pro skateboarder, radio show. Do you want to race a car? We'll give you a car." And I was like, "Hell yeah! What a deal!" And
Where'd
I
you
did.
drive?
It was short course off road, so it was like
off-road.
like 100-foot tabletops and stuff. So it was I used to ride motocross, so it was right up my alley. But I thought whenever I go-kart track, I always beat everybody. I'm good at driving, and then I got into real racing.
And then you don't know how to
didn't-
drive.
Yeah, turns out no, you don't. You
No, you don't.
suck. And I was like, man, what is wrong with me? Like, why can't I win these races? And then I was hanging out in the pits afterwards, and the guy that was winning, because I remember seeing his car, and I kept eyeing him out, like, what does he have that I don't have? And then we were hanging out, getting hot dogs or whatever, and he took his shirt off, and all his tattoos were of buggies and
Oh, yeah.
cars, and I was like, oh, it's your whole life.
Isn't that the trajectory, though?
I just got
to
here.
racing cars is doing the buggies and stuff like that first.
Yeah, all these. Yeah, I think. Well, there's depends on if you want to be a road racer or whatever. But a lot of guys, because it's cheaper to get. Because that's a race. Motorsports is like just.
F1 is
It's just-
exciting.
Well, that's
And
another
expensive.
kind of
Yeah,
money.
Keanu
where-
made a great
No, but when you
doc
do
on
that with with the on the on road courses, yeah. I mean, you start karting, or if you're going in the dirt, you start as little kids.
Right.
Yeah, it's your whole life.
Yes, I found out
Yeah.
the hard way. But
Yeah.
still, the more I got into it, the more you learn. Because everybody's very helpful. Like when they know that you actually care and you're not there just to be a poser, then everybody gave me a lot of wisdom and taught me a lot of things. And then I figured it out and ended up getting a couple of victories. But
Those F1 drivers are amazing.
that's another
I
level.
can't believe how much weight they lose in a single race, how much water weight they drop. And their neck, and their just the tension and the G-force and it's incredible.
They tried to give me one of those neck exercise things.
Right?
For
The
'cause
chicken,
I
talk
went-
about chicken neck, those guys.
Yeah, because I went to a training, but one of the virtual training, and they said, well, you got to get, this is the key to your health, is getting this halo neck thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, I hate this thing. I'm never doing this again. I did not enjoy
didn't
it.
work.
Did you get to go race
No,
F1?
no, absolutely not.
I don't know, or do a sidecar.
He did a great doc on F1.
I didn't
What
do.
was the
I
doc?
haven't done any ride in that because they do have some 2-seaters. I've never
Yeah,
done that.
I've done that.
I've had a chance to drive like Porsche Cup cars.
What's that? What's
That's
that?
fun.
What's a cup car?
It's a Cup car, Porsche Cup car, and
Like a cupcake?
We'll Google it
it's
later.
a Cup car.
It's in the shape
you
of a
could-
cup, like a teacup. Like this,
Yeah, it spins around.
but it's made by Porsche, so pretty sick.
It
Yeah,
spins really fast.
yeah, it's like a thing. But that's been fun. But I've
Yeah.
never done. I got a chance to try a simulator.
Yeah.
But they have levels of simulators, and there's like the real one that's like
Did they give you the
know,
G-force?
huge.
That's the one I did.
Is that,
Oh,
that
you did the real-
Indianapolis, yeah. Yeah,
like the
what's
ones
that?
that's on like
Yeah, it looks like a
hydraulics and
Yeah,
and it
it's
does
on
all
hydraulics
the
and-
haptic
yeah.
feedbacks and
Yeah.
I did the one below that and I still couldn't get the car to get around the fucking track.
It's
it was
hard.
just
Yeah,
like,
it was really hard.
it's like
But
you
what
can't even-
inspired you to do the documentary?
I had made a documentary in the past. I like interviewing people, and I really enjoy Formula One. And I was introduced to this topic of this 1 year of a race. It was in 2009, and Honda got out of racing, and it was basically a team management takeover. They bought this team for £1, and they ended up winning the championship.
Sick.
So there's that, and then you get into the backstory of everything and how did that happen and what happened. And Jenson Button was the driver who won the championship, and yeah, it was a cool season. A lot of remarkable things
Yeah.
happened, so it was fun to dig into that.
It's crazy.
What's
how
it
much-
called?
Brawn, the incredible Formula One story.
It's on Hulu. It's really good. I watched it twice.
4 episodes, and
It's really good.
anyway.
So you're in you played Tony, or a bad guy that had something to do with Tony dying. You're in movies.
No. I
That was just
started. I started out. I actually started out doing music in New York, and I was doing that, and then I kind of, I went to college for all sorts of different things, and
Yeah.
then I just started getting jobs in commercials, and then I was interested in it, so I started acting, and because I was getting work that way, and
Not anymore.
no, I don't. No, I don't really.
Did you like it, or was it
I
just
did.
more-
I did. I love hanging. I love the writing. I love
Yeah.
the writers.
Yeah.
And I love being on a set, but I never liked auditioning or just just the whole system of acquiring the work.
Yeah.
So I much prefer, music and other things, but I love it. The whole system of I'm not, going out and I can't,
Yeah.
the whole system of it, I didn't care for.
Yeah, I feel like there's
But
got
I-
to be
but I
real
really
passion
do-
there to want to continue it, because it does seem
Once you
slightly
get
humiliating.
the job, it's like
Yeah.
a dream. It's a
Yeah,
dream.
but there's that starter kit before you get there.
That's really difficult,
Right?
And it's very difficult, that part of it. And but the rest of it was great, and I enjoyed. I had many years of, I must have done like 40, 50 different things over the years. But I really love doing music, and I've always wanted to do it. When I was a little kid, I always,
That's your thing.
The Beatles, all that stuff. I just was into that, and then music was always more of a passion.
You got to think.
And you can do it anytime you want. I mean, you can sit under a tree and play music,
and you can keep going. Like
Yeah.
when you get older, your body will still allow you to play music.
Yeah.
Because that's like skateboarding. It's like TikTok, like if someone had told me that at 52 I could still skate, I'd be like, am I half a robot? Like, how does that make any sense? But,
Only
like,
kind of hard.
But when it all works together, sometimes it's good too. I think, in my youth, I grew up with so much music around me, and then, the arts, it all combines into one thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of films that we love, growing up that have everything in it, like, whether it's a musical like Tommy or a rock band that sort of goes into that industry,
Or a rock band that saves the world.
yeah, or the Hard Day's Night, or the exactly, or growing up, seeing that film and thinking like, oh, these are musicians, and now they're into this genre. I thought that would go more in that direction. Even someone like David Bowie, watching him move, and so I always thought it was all the same sort of celebration. It just one celebrates the words of the writers, and the other one is the music.
Did you guys play for David Bowie, before David Bowie?
We did
one time.
We did.
One time.
Halloween.
We got invited to open in Hollywood here on
What
Halloween
was
night.
that like?
It was-
To open for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He was
Yeah.
on tour with Nine Inch Nails, and he wanted to do a club show in L.A. with a
Yeah.
local band. And
His idea of a club show is the Palladium.
Yeah.
and I think
Not
it
the
was
Viper Room, but
maybe
yeah.
it was
That is still a tiny
really
venue
thought-
for
yeah, I'm
David
Sure.
Bowie.
Yeah.
yeah, it was Iman or someone. They contacted us, and I remember the manager at the time called us, and I thought it was a crank call.
Sure.
And
I actually hung up on
Hollywood on Halloween is crazy no matter what you're doing, right?
Right?
Yeah.
You throw that whole thing in the mix, and this was like, for me, I remember being it was so weird. It was probably like 96, maybe 95, 90, something like that. I think, I don't know. And I just remember there was a lot of there was a couple of like the OJ players backstage, like Kato Kalin was back there, and like it was like not too long after that.
Oh, weird.
So I just remember it was just such a surreal night overall for me personally. Like, there's David Bowie, there's those guys, there's this is
Yeah.
this, and why am I here?
This is Hollywood right here.
There's the
Life
Manson
involved.
family over here in the
Yeah, it was like a total like slice of like
It was bizarre.
super Hollywood night.
Kind of
yeah.
like getting barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he was a
yeah.
gentleman. He watched our sound check.
Yeah.
He was like the thin white Duke. He's just like,
So cool.
right, would you like me to hold the doors for you a bit longer?
You seem to need some more time. Maybe should I hold the doors because you need a little more time to get ready?
Do you want me to grab the mic?
Do you want me to hold the doors?
I don't know if you guys know, but Tony's a vocalist.
All right.
There you got a microphone. Let's go.
He's sung
Here we are.
many, many songs. He is an excellent live
As have
performer.
you.
Yeah, but let's talk about you, dude.
It's not.
It's one of my favorite musician is Tony Hawk.
I did sing with Goldfinger because
Lots of times.
people. Goldfinger's song Superman is the one people most closely associate with our video game series. And so we were skating at an event last year called When We Were Young Festival. Goldfinger is one of the headliners. And so they asked me to come sing that song. And I thought it was a fun kind of novelty thing to do. I practiced. And then when I got up on stage and saw the amount of people that were there, it was wild. That's not it. That was another gig.
There's many of them. There's many
there's
video
a couple,
recordings
but-
of Tony
but this was-
performing.
this was-
Got good to you.
This was a
It did.
legit
It did.
crowd. It was crazy.
Yeah, I walked out with him
anyway.
that day, and I remember he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go sing," and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this." He's like, "You can come backstage." I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah!" I get to like be real close, and I was off to the side, so I could only just see like a little bit of the people. And then when I stepped out a little bit, I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
I got
wild.
nervous for you. Like that was a sea of people, and you
So
ripped
that-
it, dude.
That's it. That's where I peaked.
That was it.
Yeah, that's it. What kind
Yeah,
of
they're
crowds are you
great.
guys playing? I mean, the Palladium's huge. I just saw Idols there the other night.
Oh,
What kind of crowds are you playing to?
We're moving
these
up
days?
slowly
Yeah.
but surely.
What are the
We're
venue
getting-
sizes?
300 to 1,500.
The last tour was Japan was like 2,000,
Dang.
and then the last U.S. tour was I think around between 1,200 and up,
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, that's legit.
but
Well,
not that far up. Like 1,200 to 1,250.
That's your pocket.
That's the thing. It's a good pocket.
It's an
We
awesome
started in the little tiny, in the Viper rooms and the
Yeah.
Troubadours and the like a 300-400 seater,
Dragon.
hoping.
Yeah, but
you're
those
not
are all pretty. I mean, I know they're small venues, but they're very prominent.
Oh yeah, it's intimidating.
We
to
started the
step out
Viper
there.
Room, Troubadour. The little clubs, like the ones with the most notoriety. Yes,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we played some other
We're a
ones that
local
aren't there
band.
anymore.
that's true. Yes.
We're a local
You just wish to have
band.
enough friends come out to like make it look half full. Like,
Yeah.
That's,
We used to play in the Roxbury. My God, in the downstairs of the Roxbury, we used to play. It was
Oh wow.
well, that's
like
before
a
I was
little-
even
a little
around.
bar.
So you get to-
How big's that?
Oh God, 50, 60 people,
Knows.
80, 100. Yeah.
Did you ever do any acting, Brett?
Not really. I did. I played a musician in a movie once, and I had a scene where I peed on an amplifier because I was mad at the
That was last Thursday.
drummer, and I got electrocuted and blown up, and I had to do a stunt actually, and I almost broke my arm doing.
What
a stunt.
movie was that?
It's called Thank You, Good Night.
You peed
And
on an
it
amp?
was with
Good
Mark
time.
Hamill from Star Wars was in it.
Awesome.
And he was like standing right there. I had this little squirt bottle of apple juice, and he was standing right there. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm like squirting this. And Mark Hamill's like staring at me acting, and I'm like, I'm drunk, I'm peeing on this. It's
He's like Obi-Wan.
searching for it right now, man.
It's like Obi-Wan.
And so I blow up, and then I fly off the
Right.
stage, and then they take me out all charred in an ambulance, and that's my big.
Yeah.
That's my big. Real.
Oh, that's awesome.
Real stretch for me.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah. You were in that Me and Will too. We did
Me and
that thing.
Will. Yeah, that was just us playing, right? That was, yeah.
But you score music too.
I do score. I score movies. Yeah.
So you get the movie with no soundtrack, and then you score
You
it.
get a temp soundtrack that the director wishes that they could afford.
Okay.
And then so you get their ideas for what they'd like, and then you
Right.
kind of work toward that. If
Yeah.
it's like Chariots of Fire, or if it's science fiction Ex Machina, or
Yeah.
we want this. We hate strings, or we want drum machine, or we want. So they give you pointers, and then you send your stuff over, and then they send you notes back and. make
How
little
many?
tweaks
How long
and-
have you been doing that?
About 9 years, I guess, something like that. Super fun.
What's been the most fun to work on, or your proudest work?
I tend to like the thrillers. They're like this just so emotion based. Like all the scenes there's always so much happening, and then when there's not stuff happening, you got to move it along somehow, where you're not trying to freak everybody out, but you don't want just quiet either. So it's challenging.
So you're creating all the music when you do it, or are you getting players to do it?
All the music, it's all done in the studio.
Wow.
At the level I'm doing it at, I don't have the 40-piece orchestra yet, or the any of that stuff. So it's all computer.
How much longer is the tour you're on going?
We are just starting again.
We're going
Yeah,
to Europe
we're
for
going
like
to
5
Europe.
weeks, and then hopefully we're going to tour in the States in August and September.
August to September.
And
Yeah.
then do you work
Which
on a
would be
new
like-
album?
Yeah.
That's the hope.
The Hope?
We're still
It's the
writing it.
hope.
We're getting
Why
closer.
is it just a hope?
Because it's the future. So when it's the future, you can only hope.
I get that angle.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is also a guy that whenever we leave for rehearsal, we say, "See you tomorrow," and he says,
Hopefully.
"Hopefully." So there's that angle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is
Kinda
that hopefully
freaking me
'cause
out
you
when I'm
might
driving
get
home,
another
like-
job?
No,
Or
man.
'cause you just don't know what's gonna happen.
Life happens.
Just makes me drive home really carefully. Like,
Yeah.
what does he know that I?
It makes
don't?
you appreciate the day.
I'm always
Yeah,
texting
man.
him like, text me when you get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, hopefully. I was like, no, text me.
Man, if I got that from one of my kids, I would be like, okay, I need an intervention here.
That's a lot of pressure.
That is wow.
But I don't know when this comes out, but we'll probably be in Europe in June. We're
Yeah.
going to Europe, and then we'll, so we're going to go to Madrid,
This will be out in
Barcelona,
June.
we're going to go to London, we're going to Manchester, London, we're going to go to Germany, we're going to Austria, Serbia, Croatia, Italy,
Wow.
all sorts of crazy
Man.
places. We're going to Amsterdam, and
You guys love that?
it's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
Like, it does sound really
combination
cool,
of
but like,
festivals.
Comes
and-
down to whether the bus is comfortable or not.
Yeah, the bus will be comfortable.
Call back. All right.
Call back.
We had a tour bus in Europe for a Quicksilver tour in July, no AC.
Oh yeah, that's
And
That would be
a
rough.
few people took it upon themselves, like, I'm flying to the next city, I'm paying my own way. We were all in the bus with our shirts off, just like,
Oh, yeah.
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 so yes, it can be a struggle.
That's fun. It's so fun.
Yeah, we had a nice gas leak on there.
Even the worst day is
Oh,
still better
wow.
than like
Well,
the best
that's
day doing a
dangerous,
normal job. You
Remember,
know,
remember the
it's-
bus driver just filled the tank up and the gas just flew
Oh
everywhere?
yeah, I woke up to the
Yeah.
suffocating fumes of diesel.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was
Bunk,
this
yeah.
year. Yeah.
That's legit.
Rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
It
know
happens.
we're not really talking about movies, but I do have to ask you. You were playing musician in Bill and Ted.
Oh yeah.
Did you play guitar back then?
I did. I played it. I think 3 or 4 chords.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, just in general.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could strum a guitar.
Okay, all right.
I'd done a film earlier. I learned.
I was just wondering if that was foreshadowing.
Well, it's Bill and Ted, so there's always foreshadowing. Right? We
And
travel.
no pressure,
into
but that
the
means you
future.
guys have to start creating music that brings the world together.
Yeah, no pressure.
We're trying.
We do.
And you do
In the happiness and
in
the
the small
sadness.
clubs at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Hopefully
whole point of it all.
inspirational,
You know.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a little kid and you grow up, and that's what brings you together. You listen to these albums and you try to do the same thing. It's like a dream come true, being able to like play.
You guys have been doing it a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And congrats on the new album, which is somewhere between the power lines and palm trees.
It's
Right
pretty
here.
fucking cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I wouldn't have expected to like it at all because I'm like, I don't like stuff, you know. But I've been playing it.
I don't
Thank
like
you.
stuff.
You know what I mean? And stuff that's different. Like you guys aren't my kind of music, you know. I like. You know, I'm pretty.
It's
like,
not what you drop on a vertical. You don't put.
Maybe
Dogstar.
Breach.
Yeah, there might be one song
Yeah,
on there.
no, but he has a pretty narrow lane there too. So.
It's expanding. I mean, it expanded the shit out of itself this week. Like I liked it. I was like, wow.
Thanks, man. Very,
Yeah.
good. Very
Appreciate
good.
that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, hopefully there's a little something for everybody in there.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll-
there is.
Maybe we'll get to go back to Australia again. That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, when
toured
you do
there.
I'm sure
tell
you
him I
will.
said hello.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not going back.
And I'd be remiss to not tell you that he watches John Wick every single day.
I was trying to leave it off the podcast.
Every
I already
single
told him.
day. I'm sorry, you guys,
Yes.
but I knew when he was coming, I had to say it because I'm not kidding when I say that. Right?
I'm still here because of it.
Okay.
Right
That's
on.
what you want, man. You want someone to enjoy what you do, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's the whole.
I listen to this. I listen. Not only do I watch it, but I have the soundtrack, and I don't like any movie soundtrack. But I listen to it in my headphones. It helps me kick ass for the day. Like my manager's like, "What is wrong with you?" Like she comes over and it's on. If I'm in the car, it's playing.
That's
Because I'm-
Tyler Bates right there. That's
Yeah.
He's
I'm
a
just-
serious
That's what?
guy. Tyler Bates is doing the scoring to that
Oh, yeah.
John Wick stuff. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a,
It just
Very
keeps
serious.
me sharp, man, because you never know. Somebody could jump me, and I'll kick their ass.
Get
Ready
some.
to go. We're
Let's
driving
go.
cars. We're jumping shit. We're ducking bullets.
What is it? Hopefully.
No, man. John Wick. It's like make it through, get up.
Yeah,
know?
that's what I'm taking
Fight for
from
your
it.
freedom.
Yeah,
It's
and you can
that-
be a
the
killer,
stairs.
and you can still love stuff. You know, and that's what
Yeah.
I love stuff. But I am a killer.
Thank you.
Thanks.
for
Thanks,
having
you guys.
us,
Thanks for
And
man.
coming
thanks for
in.
being on the show, guys.
Yeah,
I
it
really
was fun.
appreciate it.
You guys rock.
Good talking to you.
Appreciate
Like
it.
and
Let's
describe.
like and describe.
Jerk offs.